Idea is great. Take underprivileged school children to a foreign country for a cultural exchange experience, and it won't cost them anything, paid for by donations. But the dream trip to China, put together by a local group, nearly wound up leaving these kids stranded thousands of miles from home. Our TV6's Derek Thomas is working for you to get to the bottom of what happened and who's left holding the bag.
We wanted to demonstrate.
Chris Davis is the president and founder of the Bridge Leadership Group. He organized a cultural exchange trip to Shanghai, China. These are photographs of Indianapolis school children participating in the cultural exchange program. He reached out to Brandy Fox, who's a teacher working at the school in China, to make it all happen. Fox is originally from Indianapolis and was casually familiar with Davis. It was a 10-day trip, and when it was time for the kids to go home, Davis had not paid the bills to the travel agency. There was a real possibility the kids would not be allowed to return home.
What I ended up having to do was give her my entire July salary so that she would be okay, and then promise future salaries until the debt was paid.
Fox is now on the hook for $16,000 and more if Davis doesn't pay. He is still in China. He says he voluntarily surrendered his passport to demonstrate good faith that the debt would be paid.
All I'm trying to do is to rectify a situation that didn't go as planned in a number of ways, to try to make sure that, obviously that students return home safely and that the reimbursement is satisfied.
That is fine, but this scenario has happened before. In June of 2017, Davis led Indy students to Germany, and again there was a non-payment of travel expenses that Davis said would be covered, and children were in jeopardy of not returning home. This time, Patricia Wildhack, the school leader at the School for Community Learning, paid $18,000 of her own money to bail out the trip.
It's to warn the public, like, do not work with this person who is tremendously charismatic. He is not what he seems to be, and he's put people at great risk.
Wildhack took Davis to court here in Superior Court 12. The judge ordered Davis to pay her $18,000 plus court costs plus interest. So far, he hasn't paid back a dime. Damian Devane's son was on that trip to Germany, and he has these thoughts.
To see that this had happened to another school was heartbreaking, that he just perpetrated the same con. To what end, I'm not sure.
Davis's Facebook page is littered with negative comments. He is still in China and promises that the donated money for that trip will come through, and he will pay Fox back. We will be watching. Derek Thomas, RTV6.
Well, Davis says he is in contact with donors who will forward the money that they previously promised. He says it could happen as soon as tomorrow.
Repairs on